So the DLC has been out for a good few weeks now, and I'm still stranding, baby. After everything, that is Elton John. I'm still stranding. Sorry. Anyways, I'm going to show you in this video how to smash out some absolutely insane Strand gameplay, all focusing on the aspect man-spun invocation, and we're going to go through some weapons that you really need to get, really need to craft, and some weapons to try out to take full advantage of the suspension unraveling nightmare of a build this really is. Oh, be careful there, I nearly swore. But the first weapon I want to talk to you about is this beautiful fusion rifle, the Royal Executioner. Reservoir Burst is one of the perks I crafted on here. When the battery is full, your next burst deals additional damage and causes targets to explode on death. And then that Reservoir Burst is like solar fireball, so just spread on the target that you've killed. The other perk you need to be crafting on this one or looking out for is Envious Assassin. Defeating targets with other weapons before drawing this one transfers ammo to the magazine from reserves. This effect can overflow the magazine based on the number of kills, so you can overflow your Reservoir Burst. So if you look what's happening here, I'm just going to overflow the magazine with a sword, incandescent sword, which I'm also going to feature. You'll see that I've got 11 bullets in there now. 11 bullets. Basically what that means, anything over the 8, the base mag, they're all going to be Reservoir Burst bullets. So you're going to have 3 Reservoir Burst bullets on the bounce like that. Activate your man-spun invocation by holding your grenade, and you are going to cause absolute mayhem. All that Reservoir Burst is going to spread to any other enemies and suspend them, and also leave little projectiles and unravel them at the same time as well. And then you switch into our sword to overflow the magazine. The sword is called Caretaker. I've featured this season already. Energy transfer. When you guard, you're going to get loads and loads of class ability energy as long as you're blocking damage. And then incandescent is a no-brainer, because again, once you've got that mind-spun invocation going, by holding your grenade, you are going to cause absolute carnage with this. All the incandescent is going to spread to enemies, and it works really perfectly with the Royal Executioner fusion rifle, because all them kills are going to overflow that magazine. So you're going to burn things with your sword, your incandescent, and overflow your magazine to get some, like 3 or 4 bullets of your Reservoir Burst like on the bounce. And really, you don't really need to do anything special with this particular setup. Like I said, as long as you run the man-spun invocation, and you run the shackle grenade, activate Weaver's Trance by holding your grenade button, and that is going to suspend targets. And like I said, everything like we've said, the incandescent and the Reservoir Burst is going to activate that suspension. So all them little sub projectiles, either from your incandescent or the Reservoir Burst, is all going to spread nicely and latch onto loads of different enemies, so you can constantly just suspend things like so. I'm going to go fully into the build, although at the end I will leave a dim link and all the fragments and aspects that I've got. I really wanted to focus on some of the weapons to choose, but just while we're on the subject of weapons, you can always boost your solar weapons or whatever weapons you see in this video with surges, just stacking solar surges or strand surges, and you're going to do some really big damage as well. But look at that, just for ad clearance, it's absolutely nutty, it really is. And this is probably one of the top 3 builds of Strand this season for all characters. I've seen a lot of builds, and I was working on one right at the beginning of the season similar to this one with incandescent, but it got covered by quite a few people, so I left it. But I really want to go over some weapons, like we said, like the Royal Executioner. There was a couple of other weapons to show you as well, some surprising ones, so stay tuned. And this build and weapon all sort of fit into the Warlocks description. Bending reality, controlling things, it's absolutely crazy. Another weapon that I really want you to try is Quitting Breakable. Linear's got nerfed, this one didn't get nerfed, so it's still pretty strong for linears. And what it does now, it fires a precision arc bolt that chains to nearby targets. So the arc bolt is really strong, but once you've got that Weaver's Trance going, what you'll see, look at that, a bit like incandescent, it's just going to spread, because the arc bolt that blinds activates the suspension from the Weaver's Trance, so it works really nicely. Just look at that. I've really enjoyed running Queenbreaker's bow with this particular setup, and it is extremely handy. Just having The blinding effect is good, but on top of that, you're going to be able to suspend enemies as well. And then not to mention, the arc bolt that blinds does actually count as unstoppable, so you can use it in certain like lost sectors, story modes, things like that. So it does have unstoppable on there as well, so it's a really good fit. And just being able to add to the Warlock sort of description, controlling things with the blinding, and then anything you kill is going to spread that suspension. So it's a really, really nice pick. Definitely try that out and let me know if you've tried it out already, or if you do try it, please let me know what you think of it, because I think it's insane. Now this is a more obvious one because it's been covered quite a lot, especially these last couple of weeks with the poison strand build. Osteostria is another one you can even fit onto this type of setup. Spreading that poison is going to work exactly as you've seen in the clips before. Incandescent, reservoir best, the jolting, it's all going to work like that. Spreading them projectiles for the suspension, and all that unraveling that we're going to get from my exotic of choice, which is called the Swarmers. These exotic boots fit absolutely perfectly into this build. Destroying a tangle spawns a threadling. Your threadlings unravel targets their damage. And just adding this to that, this build already is absolutely crazy. Look at the state of that. It's absolutely crazy. You're going to get loads and loads of unraveling rounds as well on the targets, which are therefore going to spawn even more tangles. So you can absolutely go ham. You've got everything going on. This build has got to be in the top 3, like I said, this season for strand builds. And there's no particular artifact mods at the moment that make this super strong. We're going to be able to use this next season and the season after, so it's pretty safe for the next few seasons as well. So this build is absolutely top tier in my opinion. So that is the sort of video. Mainly now I just sort of want to recap on the weapons to try and use with this build. We've got the Queen Breakers, we have got Osteostria, we have got the Royal Executioner and the Incandescent Sword. All sorts of other different options to choose as well. Anything with incandescent and vault shot. I just found these particular weapons stand out for me, especially Queen Breakers. Definitely give that one a try and let me know what you think. All there is to do now is just leave my aspects fragments mods playing out, which I'll do towards the end of this video. I will also leave a dim link, and I will also leave all the information for the weapons featured, so you can see what roles they are for them weapons. Let me know what you think of this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.